Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 7th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast.
Guess who's back? We're back again.
My name is Benedict. You know me better probably as BHL Hudson, and joining me is
Frederick Plarity, better known as
Plarity,
better known as FDK Gaming.
Yep.
You can find me on my Twitter at FDK_AdultSniper, and I'll re-advertise this at the end of the video.
I'm gonna let you keep talking and dig your own grave. So this is 7th episode. Already said, yeah. This is not going well. Listen, I want to put up a disclaimer up front here. If this episode is garbage, which
It's not happening.
there's a bit of potential for it being, we have an excuse this time. We're recording this on a Wednesday instead of a Thursday. No one cares about this. For the record, there are time codes down in the description, so if you get bored, or if you want to skip around to something,
one video.
Yeah, like if you want to skip around to something, click the time codes. But for the record, little backstory: we're recording this on a Wednesday. We usually record on a Thursday.
But then BHL here
No,
had to.
You're framing me.
This is BHL's work.
So-
Wait, so is this coming out on a Thursday then?
No, so
Because that totally messed up our song.
exactly right. But so this is coming out. So double disclaimer: coming out on a Friday. We're recording on a Wednesday. So if any epic comic book movie news happens between now and Friday, we won't. Sorry, we missed it. Also, if someone we talk a lot of smack about here dies between now and then, we're sorry. We didn't mean it.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, sorry. I'm wearing headphones. Maybe that's why I was talking so loud. I feel like I was talking very loudly.
you were. I'm bleeding from my ears.
Anyway, yeah, and also, not that anyone cares, but Wednesday, school-wise, is significantly more taxing than Thursdays. So I don't know about you. You probably aren't because you're never
I'm
tired.
macho man.
I'm quite tired. I'll be honest. So let's see how this goes. This is probably not how you should open a podcast. You should open it with.
Sorry if it's shit, but we're tired.
Sorry, I had a terrible day. Day was fine.
Sorry, my wife died.
I
don't know why I'm recording this.
I'm pretty beat. Anyway, time codes down below. First things first, though, before we get into our little 30-second review, whatnot, just wanted to say we got a little bit of fan art kind of stuff.
Oh.
Some fan-made stuff. First of all, just for me personally, you're not in this.
Wow.
This guy called Teen Movie Geek. I put this on my Instagram. You saw this? Yeah, I showed you. He made he drew my icon and then he put. Sorry about my voice, by the way. I'm sorry.
It's not okay.
He put my
You're
favorite.
not forgiven.
He put my favorite movies around my icon. It was on I'm pretty sure you liked it.
Did I? I don't look at what I like.
I don't like anything you post. Yeah, so that's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, so Austin Smith made a little thing of us with
that
Tom Cruise and Justice League and all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And that's pretty great. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, and C.N. Lewis, I believe, as I say that, he made a little Weekly Planet Poorly Planned Podcast cover, which is pretty great.
I like that, where it's just like squiggled out. And,
yeah, that's pretty awesome. So thank you for that.
You're putting these in the video, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
We really appreciate it. Please send us more. It fuels our egos.
More.
So, without further ado, let's get into it. This week, we're not going to have a lot of little reviews of stuff that we oh my god, we said we did this last week. We need to have an intro, welcome back to the podcast. We talk about because I say welcome back to the podcast. This is Freddy. Let's go. We don't say what we talk about movies and comic books and TV not comic books, movies,
movies,
superhero movies,
and comic
blockbusters, TV shows, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, because every episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast is someone's first episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast.
And last.
Yeah, presumably. Anyway, this week, first we do a little 30-second movie review thing, or TV review of the stuff we watched this week. I didn't watch a lot this week.
Me neither.
So, first of all, I've been catching up on Game of Thrones. I finished all of Season 4.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen your latest video on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were a friend. But,
I'm a fan.
Okay. Important distinction there. Yeah, Season 4 is probably, if you watch my review, you know that I love Seasons 1 through 3.
Wait.
Season 4 is even better.
Spoiler for Game of Thrones Season 4.
Okay, spoilers for Season 4 if you skip around.
It's so good.
It is incredible. It's, in my review, I say, it's amazing, but there are some plot lines that are not as interesting, like Bronn and Hodor. Or not Bronn.
Bronn and Hodor. That's what I must missed.
Bran
in general is just kind of...
yeah, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, Stannis. In seasons 1 through 3, I was like, it's good, but it's kind of less interesting than everything else that's happening. season 4, there was pretty much never a time where I was bored. I was like
With
all-
Stannis?
no, like with anyone.
Oh,
yeah.
with anyone.
Because also I think they cut down significantly on Bran in season 4.
Yeah.
But-
I don't think... Oh, no. He's barely in season 4, is he?
Yeah, I don't remember him being in a lot, but it's all
And
the characters are
Oberyn.
spectacular. Oberyn, his death is, I'd
Incredible.
say, I wouldn't say like more emotionally horrible than the Red Wedding, but I'd say it's like on par in terms of like violent.
Just shock value.
Yeah, and also because I knew the Red Wedding was coming, I had no idea this thing with Oberyn was coming, so I was much more shocked by the thing with Oberyn than the Red Wedding. So I was like, well, I didn't know who was gonna win. I suspected the Mountain was gonna win, but as the fight progressed, I was like, maybe Oberyn could win because I hadn't had that spoiled for me.
And then he gets the
Well-
spear in, and you're like, yes! And then suddenly...
Well, the thing is, when the Mountain goes down, I was like, and then he starts like, he's like, I'm not gonna kill him, I'm gonna circle him. I was like, you are so dead, Oberyn.
Yeah.
Like that's a
Oberyn,
classic
that-
movie thing where just kill him and then start ranting to his dead body.
Yeah.
And so that, oh god, it's so brutal. And then at the end, Tyrion shoots Tywin and he strangles Shay. It's
I know.
It's in
Fuck Shay.
true.
Excuse my language.
No, fuck Shay. But yeah, and I also most of this I had like seasons 1 through 3, all the surprises were spoiled for me. Here, pretty much none of this was spoiled. So like when he shoots Tywin on the toilet, no less, that was insane. Yeah, I'm sure we're missing a lot of stuff, but
Joffrey.
oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, so good.
Wait,
Anyway.
did you know about that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I knew how he died, but I didn't know who did it. Which
Do you still know who did it?
yeah, they say in like the next episode.
Yeah, okay.
At first I thought it was Tywin because he was like he didn't like Joffrey. He wanted someone else who he could manipulate on the throne.
So
And he
Tommen
could
would
blame
be much easier.
Yeah, and he could blame
Tyrion.
Tyrion and get him killed. But turns out it was Littlefinger. Also Littlefinger, great moment when he throws Lysa Stark.
Lysa Arryn.
Lysa Arryn, sorry.
God
Like
damn it.
Lysa Arryn off the thing. So good.
Yeah. I've only loved one woman.
Your sister.
Your sister.
Such an awesome line.
And
Anyway,
then Sansa's just sitting there.
it's a good Sansa impression.
Thank you.
So yeah, Game of Thrones season 4. I'll make a review of seasons 4 through 7 when I've seen them. Great, awesome.
Now, something. Why?
I look at my notes and okay, this morning we were sitting in. It's too much information. We were sitting in Danish class and we'd finished our work, so we were just kind of looking at the podcast because. Spoilers. We planned this like the day of. Right? We don't put
This maybe the least
least
planned
planned
podcast.
podcast. Yeah, but so I was like, "Yo, you watch anything this week?" And you're like, "National Geographic."
I did. I was like, it was weekend. I was kind of sitting in my pajamas, which is let's not go into that.
Which is full nudity.
which is just nothing. Like
Which is just letting it hang. And
yeah.
you watched National Geographic.
yes, it was very interesting. A lion ate a zebra.
That happens a lot on National Geographic.
And yeah, it was just very interesting. I love watching that kind of stuff.
Excuse me, I'm just taking a little sip of water.
Piss.
Yeah, I'm just taking a little piss over here. Great, very good. You watched Rick and Morty, the new episode. I
It's
still haven't
very
seen
good.
it. I want
Well,
to.
I'll say it's not the worst, but it's not the best either in the series, like in the season, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because it.
If you can hear a bottle rustling in the background, I'm sorry, that's me. That's my fault.
That's not Frederick. Not this time. No, but can I? This is not really a spoiler.
No, don't tell me. I want to go in fresh.
But you're not going in fresh. What?
Please don't.
No, I won't.
That's like the whole appeal for like this new season of Rick and Morty for me is like I have no idea what's gonna happen. They put out like promos beforehand, and I don't watch any of it because I want to just be surprised by how weird it is. So I want to go in fresh. Well, I am excited to see it. I'll probably watch it later today.
Oh, spice.
I feel like I've watched more this week that I forgot to. Like I mean, it's like the classic like of every week. You know, The Office, Archer, BoJack Horseman. I've been watching a little bit of. It's all great, but like there's not much else to say. Although The Office, the new season,
It's getting so bad.
No. I'm on season 7, about halfway through, and like season 6 and 7 now. It's still great, and I still really enjoy it. It's not as good as it was before.
Are
like-
you giving up on The Office?
No.
Even then, you started.
Wait for the story to finish.
Sorry, Papa.
But so I was like, this is very enjoyable, but like the magic's kind of gone, you know. But I just watched the season 7 Christmas special. It felt very magical. Like it was the funniest episode I've seen in a while, and also it had like the most because a lot of it had a lot of him, but like it had the earlier seasons of The Office have like a lot of heart, especially between Jim and Pam, like a lot of kind of not tear up moments, but kind of choke up moments a little bit. Yes, erotica. And finally, they actually had it. Like she gives him a Christmas present. And it's very nice. It's lovely. Anyway, all right. As it turns out, I did forget something. I also watched Get Out for the second time with Yassine, who, as I've written in my notes, I like more than you.
Just so you,
just so we established that.
Yeah, is that in every episode?
Probably. I hope so.
That should be our motto with the second best friend.
It was great. It was almost, I wouldn't say better the second time, but like it was a different experience the second time, because since you know everything, you can see like there's spoilers for Get Out, by the way. There's so many little hints leading up to the actual reveal. Like when one of the things that I thought was really cool was when he's giving, the dad is giving Chris the tour of the house, right? Mm-hmm. And then they go into the kitchen, and he's like, my mother loved this kitchen, so we keep a piece of her in here. And as he says that, it pans on to Georgina, who later it's revealed has the mother in her, which is like there are tons of little hints like that, which are great.
And there's also the deer on the wall.
Yeah.
Which is a little nice shout out to the death scene.
Why'd you turn into Vsauce there for a second?
Vsauce Michael here.
It's great. It's still kind of, it's not like a typical horror movie. It's more like a psychological kind of thing, but it still had scary moments, and Yassine loved it. I enjoy watching stuff that's like, I don't know, like elicits a big reaction with people for the first time. Mm-hmm. Like Baby Driver, I saw with a bunch of so-called friends and
so-called acquaintances.
And like, I'm not gonna spoil that, but like during some of the scenes in that where there's some shocking moments, to say the least, it's pretty awesome to be sitting next to people who have no idea. Yeah, the person Yana, who sat next to me, a friend of ours, freaking out. she was losing it, which is great. But so yeah, Get Out, of course, amazing. Now on to the news. First piece of news we're very happy about. Brenton Thwaites has been cast as Nightwing in the live-action Teen Titans show. We actually talked about this last week. We talked about the show last week with Anna Diop being cast as Starfire. Remember that?
Yep.
So
why not Anna Down?
It's like OP. It's not even UP. It's terrible point. 5 out of 10, C-. See me after class.
Okay.
But Brenton Thwaites.
Brenton Thwaites.
So
he can both be the golden element, but also the shitty.
Listen, the only other thing I've seen him in, I've seen parts of Blue Lagoon, which is a terrible movie you should never watch.
My sister watched that with my dad, and my dad didn't like it, and my sister somewhat
liked it. I'm surprised your dad didn't like it. He seems like he would like that kind of thing. And we obviously in Pirates 5, where he is passable. Like he is totally fine. He's not Gibbs level good, but he's not the girl in that level bad. It's
a fine line between Gibbs and the girl.
But
it's almost as fine as Gibbs's beard, his sideburns.
Yeah. So listen, mostly I just like Brenton Thwaites because his name, for some reason, is hilarious to me.
Like,
as far as that goes, I am, like I said last week, I'm kind of indifferent to a live-action Teen Titans show because not that I have anything against the characters, but just I never watched the cartoon.
But Thwaites.
Like I never watched the cartoon growing up. As far as the choice for Nightwing, at first, when I just read the headline, I thought this was in the movies, and I was kind of not happy about this because Brenton Thwaites is, I'm sure that's such a dumb name. No offense to Brenton Thwaites, but it's so fun to say, Thwaites. Anyway, he's not really. I think he's more suited to TV, so I think that's a good choice. No offense, Thwaites. That's the most passive-aggressive compliment I've ever given.
I think he should stick to the small screen.
I think he's great as a TV star. But I wouldn't like him in the cinematic universe. Like, can you imagine Thwaites next to Ben Affleck's Batman? I mean, I can imagine
it. But I don't like what I'm seeing.
Who do you think should play Nightwing in the movies, actually? People have said Zac Efron.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe the guy who plays American Assassin, in that movie.
Bradley Cooper?
Bradley.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not Bradley Cooper.
American Slaver. Oh, yeah, Dylan O'Brien.
Yeah.
He could be pretty good.
I will shout out to Dylan, my man.
You're better than Thwaites. How does someone... Oh, yeah.
Poor Thwaites. What if he's listening? Like, we know he's not, but what if he is?
We know Thwaites will never listen to this in all his life. If in your fan art in the future, along with the Tom Cruise and the Justice League and Kingsman and Baby Driver...
And you want to include some Thwaites?
If you could put a Thwaites in there...
Don't you dare think about it.
If you could put some Thwaites in there, that'd be much appreciated. Yeah, in the... people said Matt Bomer. Don't. I know you want to make the joke, but don't.
Hey, actually, I was gonna say.
What if it was Matt Boner?
Yeah,
That's my Freddy impression.
But what if it was Matt Boner?
Good point.
No, I was gonna say, who is that?
Even better. That's the only other catchphrase. Either sexual innuendo or who is that? He's in The Nice Guys. He's in a bunch of other stuff, but he's the bad guy in The Nice Guys. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Not so nice guy, some would say.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in. Oh yeah, he's in Magic Mike, which you've watched inexplicably.
Yeah, I've watched XXL.
Oh, okay, even better. Next news. This is not news, but
This is really old.
I mean, like, this is more of a rumor. It's not like confirmed, but Warner Brothers apparently wants Leonardo. We talked about the Young Joker origin movie last week, which Martin Scorsese's producing and director of War Dogs is directing, and it's not gonna have Jared Leto. So
See, what I don't understand, you say it's gonna have Leonardo DiCaprio.
no, they want Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay, well, but why would they get someone who's older than Jared to
Yeah, I
play
don't
someone younger?
Well, like, it's not the same Joker. It's a different Joker.
That's so weird.
It is weird. But I don't know. Do you think DiCaprio would be a good Joker? People photoshopped like his face, or like you know that scene in Django Unchained where he's like going crazy.
Yeah.
People took like that still and like put Joker makeup on it. Like it looks
It looked good?
okay. I mean, obviously that's like a Photoshop job, but like,
Yeah.
So yeah, do you think he would work?
He's a good actor. I feel like he could pull
Yeah,
it off.
obviously he's a good actor, but
Hey.
you're an idiot.
But yeah, I can see that
Is
happening.
he right for the Joker though? People have said the new guy who plays Pennywise in It would be a good Joker, which I feel like is a little bit of
He's already a
typecasting.
clown.
Yeah, I don't know if I see him as the Joker, but I mean I'm sure he can pull it off, but he seems too serious for that kind of thing, you know. Then again, Jared Leto seemed too serious for that, and then he failed it completely.
So that backs up your point.
Yeah. Next piece of news: Mutt Williams will not
More
be
like Butt Williams.
God,
Am I right?
bloody Gavin. He's not going to be in
Who's
Indiana
Mutt
Jones
Williams?
5. He's Shia LaBeouf in Indiana Jones. He was Indiana Jones'
Thank
son.
God.
And then at the end, Indiana Jones got married, and then there was like this hilarious moment. Hilarious is in quotes, by the way, where Mutt Williams picks up, like, the hat flies over to his feet, and he picks it up, and he's about to put it on, and then Indiana walks over, he's like, "Not today, Junior," or something like that. It's really
That
bad.
sounds horrible.
It is. So I'm very happy about this. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I hope like he died in some kind of like freak train accident or something. I don't know.
He was in the train. like, no, he got.
There are
he was
many
doing-
ways you can die in a
He's
train accident.
he's doing one of those, those where he's trying to train surf.
Train surf in the 1960s or whenever this is set.
Yes.
Yeah. So great. Grounded. Okay. We don't have to talk about this a lot. Not Bryan Singer. What's his name? Simon Kinberg, the director of the new X-Men movie, Dark Phoenix. He said that it's gonna have like a more grounded tone.
How so?
Well, like it's gonna be like, yeah, this annoys me because like the problem with the X-Men movies right now is that they're getting very like I really like Apocalypse more than most people, yeah, but it is getting very similar. Like it's always Charles and Eric are fighting about this, but then they're friends, but then they're playing chess for some reason always all the time, and then the X-Men
shouldn't Charles easily win that? If we're being honest here.
I never thought of that. I probably did, but I didn't give it much thought.
Think about it.
And then like they fight. Mr. Sunny Movies brought this up. Like they fight in a forest, and they fight in a facility, and that's pretty much every X-Men movie ever. So like, can we just like the last one they fought in like Cairo being destroyed, which was fine. It was kind of generic.
I like Cairo being destroyed.
But like it's kind of generic ending. But go into space, you know, that'd be awesome. Just like do something different with it, right? Like, and also the Dark Phoenix storyline, it does go into space.
You just
like
want
in
to
the
see a
comics.
man in a wheelchair in a spacesuit.
Yeah, just do something different with it. You know, I really don't want a grounded tone for this. Like you can have grounded in terms of like the character. Like it doesn't have to be goofy cartoon characters all the time, but like in terms of location and action and just the style, you know, switch it up a bit.
Now,
This is the biggest piece of non-news. I just included this because I thought you would like it. Sam Rockwell has been cast as Dick Cheney.
What's Dick Cheney?
What's Dick Cheney? He's an American politician from the, I don't know, some period of time. It's in the wait.
Of course, it's Dick as well.
To play What?
What?
I thought it was play. Oh shit. Okay,
He's gonna play
rewind.
George W. Bush.
He's gonna play George W. Bush in Adam McKay's Dick Cheney biopic. So I thought he was playing Dick Cheney in the George Bush biopic, but for some reason Adam McKay is making a Dick Cheney biopic.
Who wants that?
So just thought you should know. Oh, Christian Bale is playing Cheney. Damn.
Nah, he can't pull that off.
And yeah, so I just thought. I love how okay. I'm on this Hollywood Reporter article. They have a picture of Sam Rockwell next to George W. Bush. The caption says, Sam Rockwell on the left. And then George W. Bush. Really? I couldn't tell.
It doesn't say on the right. It's just George W. Bush in both.
He could be either. So yeah, what do you think of that? Let's just move on. That was more for just a meme. Oh, this was big news. Okay, so Star Wars Episode 9. Colin Trevorrow, or Trevorrow, whatever his name is. So Colin Trevorrow was going to direct Episode 9 of Star Wars. He's done Jurassic World, before you ask. And recently he did a movie called The Book of Henry, which no one saw and got terrible reviews.
What about...
I was hoping you would talk while I was taking a sip of water. I just kind of awkwardly sat here.
Have you seen Wilson? With Woody?
No.
Because it looks weird.
Why? Stop filleting the microphone. You gotta stop touching it. It really throws it off. No, I haven't.
Wilson, yeah.
Does that have anything to do with this?
But it's just...
Did you just want to recommend the movie Wilson to me? Anyway, Colin Trevorrow was going to do Episode 9.
Oh, because you said Henry, and I was like, Wilson.
Okay, moving on. So, he was going to do Episode 9, but now he's been kicked out, and they got J.J. Abrams back to do it. Who did? J.J. Who did Episode 7. And he's done...
Which was...
What? What were you going to say?
That's kind of like... harumphed. Not very good.
What? I'm so confused.
Star Wars Episode 7, isn't that...
I love Episode 7.
Harumph.
I don't think he's a good choice for Episode 9, though, because Episode 7 was a very good way of getting people back into Star Wars, like, because it was basically the same story again.
Wait, but what about Episode 8?
That's coming out soon.
Oh, that's the last...
Yeah.
Yudai?
You know, movie studios plan movies in advance.
I know, but...
say, let's make Episode 8,
we haven't talked about Episode 8.
And then as soon as we're done with it, let's just wing it.
No.
You know? Let's put $200 million, just...
No.
Let's just see what happens.
No, but it's like, we haven't talked about Episode 8.
We have, first episode.
I forgot.
Anyway, J.J. Abrams, I don't think he's a good choice for Episode 9, because he's good at, like, retelling, like, giving older stories.
Good at picking up on something? No.
Yeah. I don't really know what you mean. But, like Star Trek Into Darkness, apparently, I haven't seen it, or Wrath of Khan, but it's apparently a total remake of Wrath of Khan. Episode 7...
What's Wrath of Khan?
Wrath of Khan. It's
an
old Star Trek movie.
What is Wrath of Khan?
And like Episode 7 is pretty much a remake story-wise of Episode 4. So Episode 8 seems like it's going in a totally different direction, which I love. Like I want to stop getting these kind of like bland Star Wars. That's why I'm quite upset about the Phil Lord and Chris Miller leaving the Han Solo movie and them getting Ron Howard. You know Phil Lord and Chris Miller?
Can't say that I do.
They directed 21 and 22 Jump Street, the Lego Movie, you know, a bunch of great stuff like that, which is very like creative, interesting stuff. And so I hear they're doing a Han Solo movie. I got really excited because I was like, finally, it's gonna be something different and like not just like kind of like it's good, you know, like in the same way that Thor Ragnarok looks like it's gonna be totally different from like just like Ant-Man, you know. We shit on Ant-Man a lot.
Yeah, we're shitting on Ant-Man.
But
it's just such a meh movie.
It's a good movie, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I saw it, I liked it, and then I just kind of move on, you know? Like, so that's the kind of thing I don't want with Star Wars. And so Lord and Miller are doing one, I got so excited. And then they got kicked off because they were being, like, too creative about it. Apparently, like, it wasn't working out, but whatever. And then they get Ron Howard, who's, like, a classic, like, kind of Hollywood director. And I just feel like it's going to be so paint by numbers, like, exactly what I'm expecting. And that's what I now feel, I don't think it's probably better than with Colin Trevorrow, because, I don't know, like, I'm not saying it was going to be great with Colin Trevorrow, but I don't know if J.J. Abrams, because Rian Johnson with Episode 8 seems like he's doing something different, you know, with a different tone, different characters.
And it's got...
I'm very excited about that.
Is the original cast returning?
Yeah, well, Luke is.
Luke, okay.
And Leia, but, spoilers, Han's, he's not coming back. But, that we know about.
Maybe.
But...
And what about the one on Bartender? Will he be in it? You got the reference.
Kylo Ren, for anyone who's listening at home. Yeah, he will.
For anyone without a brain.
But so yeah, in conclusion, episode 9. Well, also it was moved to December, which I'm very happy about because not really for any other reason except I have a tradition where every December for my birthday, I go see a Star Wars movie with Yassine and John, 2 friends who are like more than you. And next year we won't be able to do that because Han Solo's coming out in May. But I'm happy that the tradition can more or less continue. It'll be broken though. It won't be the same. And also Chris Terrio is going to be writing it, which
Chris
I
Terrio?
feel mixed about because he wrote Argo, which I love that movie. But then his next project was Batman v Superman.
Okay.
So I don't know. I hope it's more Argo than Batman v Superman. Next piece of news: Suicide Squad 2. Gavin O'Connor is going to direct. He directed.
I feel such an idiot. Who is Gavin O'Connor?
You should. He directed The Accountant. Have you seen that?
I watched like 5 minutes and then I got freaked out by the kid going. Ah! Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Well, it's very
Now I
good.
have to. And he also did, I think, The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg. Maybe.
Sounds like a movie, Marky movie. Would be in.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen either of those, but apparently those are good. So yeah, they were also gonna say that, like, they were saying Mel Gibson was gonna do it. Would you prefer Mel Gibson to Gavin O'Connor, considering you have not seen any of their movies?
I've seen Mel Gibson movies.
Daddy's Home 2.
No, I've seen.
The trailer for Daddy's Home 2.
That's very good. He directs that movie.
No, of course. Mel Gibson goes from Passion of the Christ to Hacksaw Ridge to Daddy's Home 2.
I
love
that's
that.
not very good. He looks very mediocre. I like some of his movies.
He looks very mediocre. Never ever heard anyone say, like, Mel Gibson, only thoughts on that guy. He's a 6 out of 10. Yeah, so, I don't know. Gavin O'Connor, probably a good choice. I don't know if I'm excited for Suicide Squad 2, though, generally, based on the first film. I put a little bit of, like, internet news in here, so I hope people are okay with that. Let's peruse this quickly.
Top news. Just peeking.
Let's browse this quickly so we don't spend all the time on the news. First of all, there was Honest Trailers, right?
Yeah, have you seen the news one?
No, not for the Mummy, but
Oh.
we're talking about Kong Skull Island here. So there was this whole controversy where CinemaSins, who do like everything wrong with insert movie here, which I love those videos. They made one for Kong Skull Island, and then the director kind of had like a hissy fit on Twitter.
Yeah, he's the guy with the really long beard, right?
And he was like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, your video sucks, I hate everything about it. Guys, I don't mind criticism though, but this video sucks. And then he goes on Honest Trailers, and he's like, I don't know. Look, I love Honest Trailers as well. I love CinemaSins and Honest Trailers pretty much equally. They're both great. And they're both great for like different reasons. But Honest Trailers is clearly more like brand friendly and like director friendly. Like they get directors on to look at the Honest Trailers and stuff.
And they get Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, because like Honest Trailers, hey, it's fun, it's kind of poking fun at it, but it's not directly. CinemaSins is like much more harsh than Honest Trailers. And so he goes on, he's like, you guys want to know everything wrong with Kong Skull Island? I'll tell you, because I love making fun of myself. Look at me, I'm so hip with the internet, Maybe I'm totally wrong, all right? I just, based on his reaction on Twitter, and then also at the end of the Honest Trailer, like, we've been playing this since June, so this is not just for the controversy. Yeah, okay, fine, you get past for that.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know, he doesn't strike me as a very
Good guy.
as a very good person. But like
as a decent human being.
it seems like it just seems like he's trying too hard to be like, guys, no, I can take criticism. Look, like, and the Honest Trailer voice guy's like, wow, this is really harsh, and he's like, yeah, I'm really harsh in my own movies. It's like, just stop it.
Yeah, come on.
Shave your beard, man. I'm sorry if I ever meet you in person.
I'm not.
See, like, here's the thing. Can I just a little tangent here? Because when I grow up, right, when I become a big boy, I want to work in like the movie industry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared
so
that
you
like
can't really
stuff I say here, like, man, that Jordan Voight Roberts guy, and then like in 20 years I meet him in a meeting.
What if you suddenly become best friends with Thwaites?
Yes.
And he digs up this old podcast. God, that'd be horrible.
Oh God, that'd be.
He'd
awesome.
like you too much.
Oh man. All right, we need to do something about that dog.
Cock's gun.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're back. I went down to kind of quiet my dog down, and then as I sit down, I bang my elbow into the table, and now I'm in immense pain. Anyway, this is completely irrelevant to what
I'm
we were
taking
talking
over
about.
the podcast, guys.
What were we talking about? Oh, Kong Skull Island. Yeah, look, I'm sorry, Jordan Boyd Roberts. You're probably a great guy, but it just rubbed me the wrong way, you know?
He doesn't like to be rubbed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, insert lame sex joke here. Also, little thing I just want to say, Mr. Sunday Movies went on movie fights and a bunch of like shows on the Screen Junkies and Schmoesno kind of stuff. Very cool. Just want to say, I like it. I like it a lot. It's weird to see.
BHL has an approval. Very good.
Like it's very considering that he's like I listened to the podcast.
Considering he's a YouTuber and he meets up with other YouTubers. Whoa.
No, like I've listened to every episode of The Weekly Planet at least like twice, and I don't know. It's weird to see him in person talking. It's very cool.
Yeah, his voice doesn't fit his face.
The more you look at it, the more it does. But the more you look at that mug of his, he's a very handsome man. Anyway, let's move on.
The next big controversy.
Let's not talk about this.
No, we have to.
We were going to talk about the PewDiePie N-word thing, but it's totally irrelevant to everything we talk about.
It's really relevant. I played the game he played.
We'll leave it at that.
You figured that one out, internet.
Did you see his apology, though?
No, I haven't.
It was pretty good. Like, yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, next thing, the It box office. So, the new movie It came out, and it's like a cultural phenomenon. And
You sound like such a grandpa. And apparently it's a cultural.
apparently all the kids love it. We were gonna see it, but then we decided not to because no one else was going.
True that.
Because no one else would go with us. No, but we're probably gonna see it.
At some time in the future.
Yeah, I want to see it not because like I'm super into the It whatever, but because it's like such a big. I don't want to be left out of the pop culture conversation, as Philip DeFranco would say.
Ah,
My
shout
hero.
out to my boy Philly D.
But
Do you think Philly D?
it made like 117 million opening weekend, which is the biggest opening for any horror film ever. So.
God damn it, beat Get Out.
Well, yeah, the biggest one before that I think was like Paranormal Activity 3 or something, which is weird.
Which is interesting.
Drew Goddard is gonna write and direct the X-Force movie.
Why not Drew Barrymore?
Alright, that one was better.
Who's Drew Barrymore?
She's an actress.
It's a girl.
Yeah. Anyway, Drew Goddard, who's a man, he done like he did Cabin in the Woods, and he did the Daredevil season 1. So it's probably gonna be good. X-Force I don't know much about, but sure, it's probably gonna be Deadpool 3, I suspect. So we'll see.
New Thor Ragnarok poster.
Yeah.
Oh boy, am I excited.
There's nothing else to say about that. Patty Jenkins signed on to do Wonder Woman 2.
Okay.
So
What has she done?
Wonder Woman and Monster with Charlize Theron or Charlize
Monster.
Theron. Yeah, where she has like a
Throne.
Thwaites.
Thwaites.
Where
Charlize Thwaites.
Charlize Theron, she puts on like ugly makeup, and then she won an Oscar for it. I haven't seen it. It's probably good.
You sell it.
Charlize
Puts on
Theron,
some
she's
makeup.
ugly. Go see it. But this makes her the highest paid female director of all time. So, pretty cool. Pretty lit, fam.
Oh, Tosape fam. Now the next piece of news sounds like
yes.
sounds like someone
I threw this in just
Brendan
to annoy
Thwaites would play.
you. So, Lance Hunter.
It's Lance Hunter.
This is news that I don't even care about, and I watch the show. Lance Hunter will be returning to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's like the sassy British guy.
Of course.
And like, they left. Here's the thing: Marvel is gonna make like a spin-off to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. called Mockingbird, with two of the characters, Lance Hunter.
Does it have Jennifer Lawrence in it?
Got him. See, I was fast on that one. It's got it would be Lance Hunter and this girl whose name I can't remember. And so then, in like season 3, they say goodbye to Lance and whoever that girl was. But then no one liked it, so they didn't end up making that show. So now they're bringing Lance Hunter back, I assume.
Poor Lance.
Yeah, like it was pretty good. It was one of the better parts of their show, so cool, I guess. They went to spoilers for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. At the end of season 4, they went to space, I believe. I don't remember.
What?
I'm pretty sure Coulson gets like knocked out and then he wakes up and he's in space.
Coulson is so useless. Honestly.
And finally we gotta talk about the Tom Cruise.
Oh, the Tom Cruise.
The Tom Cruise news. No, fuck. The Tom Cruise news, aka the Tom Cruise. Listen, this is a gimmick on the show where every week we try to find something Tom Cruise did. this week I couldn't find anything, so I just Googled Tom Cruise's name, and the first article that popped up was Tom Cruise is apparently jealous of Jamie Foxx because Jamie Foxx is dating Tom Cruise's ex. So gossip. So Tom Cruise can feel emotions, I guess. That's the news this week. Tom Cruise can feel jealousy somehow. Okay, let's get into the topic. As previously mentioned, we did not prepare for this.
Did we actually mention what we're going to do today?
No, we didn't.
God damn.
We have not prepared for this one that much, so we kind of just threw together a thing before we recorded. So we thought we'd talk about some superhero movie, and also just some movie endings, mostly superhero movies though. The endings to them, and if they're good, bad, and if they're bad, if there was an alternate ending, and what we would have made the ending. You know?
Yeah.
Because we're creative geniuses.
Uh-huh.
Being the creative geniuses
Fox,
we are.
hire us.
Get us on the new Thwaites movie.
But he's meant for a TV show.
So, I just made a list of movies here, and hopefully we can think of something to say.
Yep.
Iron Man 3. How does that originally end? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, isn't it with him
This is
destroying
also partly a pop quiz for you.
destroying all his suits?
Yeah, and then he gets...
And then he gets an operation to remove the thing in the middle,
yep.
but somehow he's still Iron Man,
Yeah.
which is kind of dumb.
Well, yeah. And then it ends with him, like, he drives away, and he's like, you can take away my house, all my tricks and toys. One thing you can't take away, I am Iron Man.
What?
Yes. So... There's an alternate ending to this. Not really. It's just like kind of an extended ending.
Alternate equals China.
So apparently, in the Chinese version of Iron Man 3 that they showed in China,
The Chinese version.
there's like, you know how he gets the surgery at the end?
Yeah.
There's apparently like an extended scene.
They mess up and just.
There's like an extended scene where it shows that operation apparently took place in China, and it's like Tony Stark goes around China. He's like, "I love China, man." That's a direct quote. So that's pretty good, right? How would you have ended Iron Man 3? Would you have ended with him like destroying all suits and then getting the arc reactor removed?
No. I would have.
I wouldn't have ended it. I just would have kept it going.
I think that what's her face? Pepper should have died.
Yeah, that would. Also, I don't like how Pepper like kind of saves the day.
Yeah, no. And how she gets the power and she's like, I like Aldrich. Is that his name? Aldrich Killian. He's decent, but the way he dies is just such a.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like they kill him like 20 times, and then the time he actually dies.
It's by Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I'm not saying Gwyneth Paltrow couldn't kill a man. I'm sure she could. However, not here. And I don't know. I think it's a fine ending. I do think removing the arc reactor and then having him just be Iron Man anyway kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Like, why did he do it? I guess it's a symbolic thing. But also, yeah, I mean, I guess it's because it's like a cinematic universe. But the whole point of the movie is he's getting over his suits and like how that's like his obsession. So he blows them all up at the end. By the time we see him next time in Age of Ultron,
new suits.
He's built like
more
suits.
He's built a Hulkbuster.
Yeah, right? That's a little excessive. Spoiler alert for Spider-Man Homecoming, real quick. And then Pepper breaks up with him, but then she gets back together with him.
She gets back together?
Spoiler alert for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, wow.
Spoiler alert for Spider-Man Homecoming, real quick.
Right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they get back together at the end.
Well, that's kind of meh.
Yeah.
Also,
who cares?
You know what? I've always wondered. You know how in the end he gets it surgically removed, the reactor, right? But you know how it made him sick in the second movie. Why didn't he just do it then?
I don't know.
See, plot hole. What the hell, Fox?
Suck it, Marvel. It's not Fox.
I know, but Fox is to blame.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, alright, that was pointless. Spoiler alert for the Wolverine, real quick. The Wolverine is one that has an alternate ending. So do you remember how the Wolverine ends? Have you actually seen the Wolverine?
I think I have for a very long time ago. It ends with him killing the Silver Samurai, or whatever his name is.
Okay, I realize. Spoiler alert for the Wolverine, real quick. I realize we should probably say spoiler alert for all of these. So whenever we say a movie, spoiler alert for that movie. I'm gonna have to go back and edit in spoiler alert for the Wolverine, real quick. Yeah. So the ending, he kills the Silver Samurai, and then he gets on a plane. And then he's going home.
And then he sees his suit, doesn't he?
No, that's the alternate ending. Thanks for spoiling it, dick. So
I thought
the alternate ending, what's her face gives him a briefcase. He opens it.
That's in the alternate ending?
Yeah. He opens it, and there's like the classic comic book yellow suit in there, and then he looks up, and then it cuts to black.
But why doesn't he wear it?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. The next time we see him in Days of Future Past, he's not wearing it, so...
So he burnt it off, or lost it in some weird sex stunt.
That's probably it.
That's the only conclusion I could come up with.
Yeah. Would you have changed that to something better? I think it would have been good.
He should have put on the mask.
Well, since we don't see him in it later on, I think it would be good if he just opens it, he looks at her, and just says, no. And then it cuts to black.
Then
So
he
that
kills
explains...
her. Yeah.
So that explains why we don't see it. It's fine. Okay, Batman finally something... Nah, let's not do this again.
No.
I was gonna say the Martha thing, how would you change that, but I really don't want to get into that again.
Okay,
It gives
fine.
me a headache.
Civil War.
Civil War. So
I think
Captain America...
He should have died.
Yeah, like, look, I don't know the direction the MCU is going with Captain America, so I don't know if there's, like, some epic story coming in Infinity War, but I think it would have been...
It'd been a weird twist, a good twist, that one of the main guys actually dies.
Spoiler alert for Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2 here, real quick. Well, yeah.
Instead of it's just being Yondu on his own. Like, poor Yondu.
Spoiler alert for Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2 here, real quick. I'm gonna have to edit that back in. Yeah, look, because it makes sense in the sense that I thought it was gonna end, you know how it's ending with, like, Cap versus, Tony
And Bucky?
yeah, it's like the three-way fight, and then Bucky gets his arm blown off, and then, like, kind of Iron Man is getting, like, totally overwhelmed, like he actually is in the movie, and then, but instead of Captain America winning, just, like, accidentally, kind of, he uses too much power, and he just, like, repulsor blasts, like, through Captain America's heart or something. It would have
Yeah.
been way too brutal for, like, a Marvel movie.
I know, but the bad thing about Marvel movies is they're good movies, right? Don't hit me, BHL. But you never really fear for anyone's life in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. And if they do die, they're probably going to come back anyway.
Yeah,
So,
Colton.
Colton. Coulson.
Colt.
I look over and he's like, yeah, Colton.
I got that reference.
But,
Coulson.
yeah.
Wow, that makes him so much less cool.
Yeah, so Captain America dying would have been, I don't know, I think it also would have added, well, the thing is, though, I can understand why they didn't do it, because if Tony Stark kills Captain America, like, arguably, like, top 3, if not the most popular character in the MCU at this point, there's, like, no redeeming him, because already a lot of people hate Iron Man and, like, Tony Stark. Like, he's kind of a prick. Also, especially when you watch Spider-Man Homecoming,
He's a dick?
he's a dick. Like, I like Tony Stark a lot. Not, like, the performance is obviously great, and Iron Man's great, but in that movie especially, I was like, okay, I understand when people are like, yeah, I don't like him. Like, he's
Like, people watching or people in that
No, people
universe?
watching.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And so, if they had that character then kill Captain America, there's no coming back for that.
But
And
Captain America's too, like, good, isn't he?
No, I love Captain America. I think.
But he's too good.
Okay,
like-
fine. He's too handsome.
He makes me too jealous.
Okay, moving. Again, I just want to say, I'm really sorry if this is like, if it seems like we're half-assing this, but I am
Because
just.
we are.
I'm beat, man. So,
Yeah, me too.
Dark Knight. This is the worst thing you can do for. You're supposed to give this like your all and not let the audience know that anything's bad. But we're real with you guys. We're starting a conversation. DeFranco style.
Little shout out to my man Philly D again.
You get 2 this time.
Okay, Philly D, can you put us in one of your videos, please?
And today in Awesome. That's my Philly D. Anyway, The Dark Knight.
You know, little sidetrack here. I've told you this, but you're technically big enough, and we're technically big enough, now that we've got our combined YouTube channel, to be on Scarce. Scarce, please.
I
Guys,
think this is your life dream. I feel like you're gonna like physically injure me just so you'll get on Scares.
huge accident during podcast recording leads to teen death.
Oh man, that is the dream. The Dark Knight. So
Although it scarcely happens.
people say that the Joker should have died at the end of that.
No.
I don't think so. But the thing is, they couldn't have known because they were planning on bringing the Joker back for the 3rd movie.
Yeah.
But then Heath Ledger obviously died. So
Well, yeah, the good thing is that they didn't like, and this is not a very nice thing to say. Well, it doesn't matter. But it's like
you can edit it out.
it's good that they didn't like leave it on a cliffhanger with the Joker.
Well, they did. That was going to be my next point. You never
Oh.
really know what happens with the
But
Joker.
don't they take him to jail?
Yeah, but like you don't know. Like
So you
I guess
just
it's implied in The Dark Knight Rises maybe he broke out during that big prison break. But like you never know if because you never see him again, which seems kind of obviously they can't help it because of like the Heath Ledger thing. But it seems kind of like he was such a monumental thing, and then it's just like
yeah,
oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you never know, did he escape from jail? Like, it basically, again, obviously they cannot change this, but it's just kind of left, like he just became another convict, and I feel like that's a disservice to the Joker. But again, it's just circumstance, because I feel like this sounds like I'm saying, like, oh, come on, guys.
Heath Ledger.
Like, come on, guys, you're so bad with the Joker here. Like, why didn't he show up again? But, like, I understand, obviously, so I guess you get a pass, Nolan. Dredd. How does Dredd end?
It ends with Mama getting thrown off.
Oh yeah, right. She
She
gets like
takes
slow
some
mode.
slow-mo.
Oh, he gives her slow. Dude, that's such an awesome scene when he's
Yeah.
like, "You have anything else to say?" And then like he chokes her or something. And he's like, "Judgment noted" or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he that's a terrible judge impression.
Judgment noted.
You sound like an airplane like assistant.
Judgment noted.
And then he
I
throws
think-
her off.
I think it should have ended with maybe
Judge Dredd gets thrown off.
no. Well, like him dying.
Why?
Well, I wouldn't. Well, hear me out, guys. But it'd be like an interesting twist, and then the girl is the only one who survives and lives to tell the tale. To tell the tale.
Lovely.
I hate my life.
We're tired.
No, but like maybe he sacrifices himself and kills him and Mama. Right?
Yeah.
You could see it.
I can see it. I prefer the normal one though. Sorry
Yeah,
to your
true.
creative genius.
So-
Logan.
Lucky.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about Logan? I don't. I think it's a good ending.
Yeah, it's a decent ending.
Okay, finally, we have something to say.
I've got nothing to say about these movies. I haven't seen
Superman 1978. It ends with him. So the world's basically doomed, and Lois Lane dies because Lex Luthor wanted a land deal or something. Because he wanted to break California off from the rest of the U.S. Listen, those movies are good. They are so dumb. Like, I like them a lot because they're, at least the first two, because they're fun.
It's
and
nice to meet you. I know that's in Batman, but hear me out, guys.
But they're so stupid. But so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, then Lois Lane dies, and in a fit of rage and passion, Superman flies around the world 1,000,000 times and reverses.
How does that happen?
I mean, yeah, it's incredibly stupid. Is there another way you would have ended that though? Would you have ended with him just coming to grips with Lois Lane dying? And that's how the movie ends.
Maybe he just accidentally spins the world out of the solar system and everyone dies.
That would have been a good ending.
I know, right?
Listen, I didn't have any ideas for this. I just wanted to complain about how dumb it is. Speaking of things that I just want to complain about, Superman 2. Do you know how this ends?
No.
We said spoiler alert for these, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that, it ends with the whole movie. Lois Lane suspects that Clark Kent is Superman, right? And he doesn't want her to find out. But then by the end, she discovers that Clark Kent is Superman.
Oh.
And you know how Superman deals with this?
He kills her?
I wish. The classic Superman power, he kisses her and erases her memory. It
What?
makes no sense. It comes totally out of nowhere. It's never set up in the movie. It's never explained. It's just the very end, he kisses her and she forgets all about
Can
it.
he do that in the comics?
No, probably. I don't know. Probably not. It's so dumb, and I kind of love it. Also, there's a great moment in that movie, unrelated, but where we've discussed this, where he puts his hand on his chest and he throws like a plastic version of his S symbol.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so awesome. Yeah, I don't really have an alternate.
So
ending to
epic.
that. Yeah, but
Except that it shouldn't have happened. in
yeah,
the
it
first
just
place.
shouldn't have happened. Okay, those two are like funny stupid. This is just Superman Returns. It ends with him. So basically, the whole movie is Lex Luthor, played by Kevin Spacey, which is pretty good casting. It's another Lex Luthor wants to do a land deal movie because those are so popular. Because those are so exciting.
He sounds like such a landlord.
The opening scene is him like convincing an old lady on her deathbed to give him his land because maybe they slept with each other. I don't remember.
They slept with each other.
I don't remember. But then so he makes an island built entirely out of kryptonite, right? Because
Of course he does.
And so he's gonna sell that, even though it's like the most ugly, barren, rotten wasteland ever. But he's gonna sell that so people can build houses on it, right? And then Superman ends up in this kryptonite island. I hate this so much because like they play so like fast and loose with the rules of kryptonite in this, where it's like, I sound like such a nerd right now. I'm sorry.
It's unacceptable. Kryptonite.
Then Superman arrives, right? He's fine. Like, he's like, something's up, but like, he's not vomiting or whatever, which you would if you were on an island full of like the stuff that kills you.
Yeah.
And then Lex Luthor shanks him with the kryptonite knife, and then kicks the shit out of him for like 5 minutes, literally. Not the shit. I mean, he kicks him.
Superman's stomach. I just the biggest turd.
Sorry,
It's got an S symbol on it.
I meant he.
No,
kicks
we all
him.
know what you
Okay,
meant.
fine. And then I don't know how he gets to this point, but then the ending is
how we got here.
Superman lifts up an island made out of kryptonite and throws it into space. First of all, Superman would have trouble just lifting a regular island. Like, he could do it, but it would be tough. Lifting an island of...
The stuff that kills him. Like,
It's like if you're allergic to
Batman
peanuts, right? Hear me out.
Where is this?
If you're allergic to peanuts...
Literally allergic to peanuts.
If you're allergic to peanuts, right? And then you land... For whatever reason, there's an island made out of peanuts. Hear me out.
It's not going good.
But you're totally fine for some reason.
And
And then someone
you-
shanks you with a peanut knife. And then after that peanut shanking, you're
You get to
somehow
get rid of-
able to lift up.
You're somehow able to eat the whole peanut island. How does that happen?
And then he's fine.
Like, in Batman v
That was
Superman...
the worst analogy I've ever done.
Terrible. Honestly terrible. But in Batman v Superman, even if it's close to him, doesn't he go like...
Yeah. I mean, they're different Supermen, but, you know. It's so dumb.
Ooh-wee.
I'm sure someone will, like, explain in the comments, like, well, actually, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read it. No, like, maybe there is an explanation. Didn't come across well. Also, that movie is boring as hell. Sorry, Brendan
Yeet.
Routh. Suck it,
Sorry.
Brendan Routh.
Sorry, Brendan Thwaites.
Yeah, there's not much else I want to talk. Like, Suicide Squad, whatever, who
Yeah.
cares? Give me a second to think of, like...
I need to talk about the second to last one.
Okay, we put the 1960s or
Br-
70s Robin Hood movie from Disney,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
our favorite movie of all time.
Burr, 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 burr.
So
But,
good.
okay.
Apparently, there's an alternate ending where
Yeah.
Robin Hood dies.
Yeah, you know when he's escaping the castle,
Yeah.
and then he
This
goes
is
in
so
the,
random. We've
he
been talking
goes-
about superhero
he
movies, then we
goes
go to
in-
Robin Hood.
He goes in the river, and they shoot arrows, and then you see his hat float up, and you're like, oh no, he's gone, but then he's alive. Well, turns out Little John goes into that river and pulls out Robin Hood's corpse. Isn't it wonderful?
And then Little John drowns himself.
That would be perfect.
See, I didn't watch this video. You were like, dude, look at this. This would be awesome. And I was like, I can't be. But that sounds incredible.
They're like carrying Robin Hood's corpse out of the water. He's like,
Sounds like a Manchester by the Sea ending. Oh, that's great. Think of name a superhero movie. Let's see if it has like. This is some great podcasting. Listen, can you just list
Hellboy.
something? I don't remember how it ends. Oh, he fights like a giant tentacle monster.
Ant-Man.
I don't remember how it ends. Oh yeah, he fights
the Wasp in like a little.
Thwaites. He fights Thwaites.
The weights could be both Ant-Man and the Wasp.
He fights the. It's not the Wasp. It's a Yellow Jacket in a briefcase, and then he goes molecular, or
Oh yeah,
something.
but then he finds that thing on his belt. He's like, oh hey, oh wee.
Yeah.
And then he,
I mean, it makes sense to just kind of.
Ant-Man.
Look, I like Ant-Man, alright? I feel like this podcast is turning to...
Shitting on Ant-Man.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but, Listen, I think that's all the juice we have in this week. Thank you for listening. Next week will be better. Hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully Thwaites doesn't die before Friday.
Hopefully he does.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
Wait, you need to shout yourself out.
I will. I'm getting to it. I
No-
build to it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for listening to this episode. Hope you enjoyed. We will be back 2 weeks from now with some other topic. Do you have any
We will
ideas?
find out.
We'll probably do it the day of as well. Yeah. You can please subscribe if you enjoyed. Also, in terms of iTunes, I'm still working on it. But listen, it should be, because there are like a bunch of things. I don't want to get into like my personal whatever, but like, it's kind of like a chain reaction. So I just have to kind of get it started, and then I can get it onto iTunes. So as soon as I can get that first step, it shouldn't be long from there. Because I know it's inconvenient that it's on YouTube.
Because we need to make money.
We won't make any money off iTunes. I know it's inconvenient. They have to have like the YouTube app open all the time. I'm sorry. We are trying to get it there. So I hope you enjoyed. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, or YouTube, BHL Hudson, Twitter, Instagram, BHL_Hudson.
You can find me, not on Instagram, because that reveals BHL Hudson. You can find me on YouTube as FDK Gaming. Great channel.
Don't.
Please go check
Find
it
him
out.
on Phil and Fred.
Oh, I think that thing's gone. And my Twitter, FDK_Dalt Sniper.
You hit 30 followers.
I
That's
did.
what we've been building towards for this whole podcast. Let's
know.
cancel it.
I need to. Oh yeah, shit! I said I'd post it every hour.
In the middle of our chemistry test, you just tweet out. Yeah, congrats on that. You should tweet
Thank
something
you.
interesting now.
Oh, I should.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's kind of hard work.
work.
Great. Well, thank you for listening. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening. Goodbye. Goodbye. We're such clowns.